Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and we're looking at another classic that's gotten a 4K Steelbook release today. One of my all-time favorite Hollywood classics. Today we're looking at this new Steelbook release of It's a Wonderful Life. This, of course, being the classic film from the mid-40s starring James Stewart, Donna Reed, Henry Travers, and Lionel Barrymore. Although often considered a Christmas movie because it used to be aired relentlessly around the holidays due to it being in the public domain, I don't really consider this a Christmas movie. We'll get into that later in this review. Right now, let's unbox this. I'll share some opinions about the movie and let you know if I recommend this release or not. There was actually an earlier non-Steelbook release of the movie, but this is identical to that aside from the packaging. I don't think I ever covered that release here, so I guess this will pretty much cover everything. Nice close-up of the package there. Very basic, simple art with Donna Reed and Jimmy Stewart there. And then we got our backing card up here. Here's the spine. There's the back of the backing card. This has a list of all our features, description of the movie, a few screenshots, legalese, and credits. On the back under there, we have the quote here, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings," which is recited by the character Zuzu near the end of the film. In here, we've got our discs, and there's also another little added bonus. This also comes with a digital copy. I've already used that, but let's take a look at this first. This is the nice little bonus item. First of all, here's the digital code slip. On the back here, they've got an ad for some other random Christmas movies. Here's that nice little bonus item I told you about. Basically, a mini poster that has the same artwork that's featured on the cover of the Steelbook. Here's our discs. I'll take these off so you can see them a little easier. 4K disc. And the Blu-ray disc. And underneath we got a nice shot of the Bailey family and friends celebrating Christmas near the end of the film. Frank Capra's heartwarming masterpiece has been embraced as a cherished holiday tradition by families around the world. George Bailey, James Stewart, sets aside his dreams of world travel to run his father's small community bank and protect the people of Bedford Falls from greedy businessman Mr. Potter, Lionel Barrymore. When a costly mistake pushes George to the brink of despair, a visit from a kindly angel, Henry Travers, will show George how the life of one good man can change the world forever. Now you can watch the holiday classic like never before, newly remastered from the original film negatives and more vibrant than ever in high dynamic range. At this point, I don't think there's anyone in the world who doesn't know the story of It's a Wonderful Life, with a angelic presence coming down to earth to show a man that he should stay away from suicide because of all the good that he's done in the world. And he does this in the form of showing a world in which the person was never born. It's one of the most copied and also parodied devices in storytelling that there is. I mean, there are plenty of alternate riffings on this that have been done in just about every genre of film. In some ways, it actually has a lot in common with A Christmas Carol, and in fact, the villain in the film, Mr. Potter, a lot of the time feels like an Ebenezer Scrooge-style presence. Although, unlike Scrooge, this character doesn't really have any redeeming qualities or justification at the end of the film. It's a great supporting cast throughout as well. The chemistry between Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed is absolutely fantastic, and when those two start a family, it's certainly believable. You also get the impression of this man who sacrifices his hopes and dreams for the greater good for the people around him, which of course ends up coming around full circle at the end of the film. Some of the other supporting players in the film include Virginia Patton, who's actually the niece of General Patton as the sister-in-law to Jimmy Stewart's character. And there's even a brief cameo appearance at a high school party near the beginning of the film by Carl Switzer, a.k.a. Alfalfa, from the Our Gang comedies, also known as The Little Rascals. It's a perfectly cast film, and the set pieces look absolutely fantastic, whether we're seeing a peaceful town around Christmas time, or we're seeing that town in an alternate universe where George Bailey was never born and everything has just completely gone to hell. There's a reason it's one of the most copied films and stories that there is, and It's one I certainly find myself coming back to. Now, like I said at the beginning of this review, I really don't consider this a Christmas movie. The only thing in this movie that really has anything to do with Christmas is the fact that the present day scenes are set on Christmas Eve and there's Christmas decor around. 2/3 of the movie take place in flashback. Those flashbacks are not set at Christmas. And anything Christmas that appears in the movie is really just set dressing. It has nothing to do with the plot of the movie whatsoever. You could have set this movie at any other time of the year and pretty much gotten the exact same movie, just with some slightly different decor and so forth. That said, it's still regularly aired during the holidays, and it's become a favorite of many people. I mean, this movie's going to be 80 years old in a few years, and it's an absolute classic, arguably the greatest performance of Jimmy Stewart's career. This was, of course, his big comeback performance after he had been in World War II as a bomber pilot, so expectations were high all around, but I think he certainly delivered. The movie itself was not a financial success when it was first released, and it didn't really find its audience until it started getting the perennial television airings that essentially made it popular and eventually profitable. It may also be the greatest film from director Frank Capra, who's brought us masterpieces like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, It Happened One Night, and any number of other classics from his diverse library. So, It's a Wonderful Life is finally available in 4K. How does it look in the format? I'm happy to say this is a very good release, and this remastering job really brings out everything in the picture that you could possibly imagine. Even in black and white, this is more vibrant than ever with plenty of detail. Dark, deep black levels, shadow detail, vibrant whites. I always say in my reviews that a lot of people criticize black and white films coming out in 4K because they don't think they really do any benefit, but it's good transfers like this that'll shut up those naysayers, because this is a fantastic looking disc, and being that this is one of my favorite films, I'm really happy to add this to my collection. Like I said, there was an earlier 4K release. This is identical to that as far as the content on the discs go. My disappointment in the set, however, comes with the choice of bonus disc. It's the same bonus disc from the Blu-ray, which is the colorized version of the film. This means you do not get the black and white version in 1080p, nor do you get the bonus features that were on the earlier 1080p Blu-ray, those including a theatrical trailer and a documentary that was hosted by Tom Bosley. You do, however, get a few new pieces, including one on the restoration of the film and some rare home movie footage that was shot at the movie's wrap party. So while the supplement package is pretty small and there are a few things missing from older releases, it actually is a pretty satisfactory package nonetheless. I definitely recommend this movie to any fan of the film, and even if you've never seen it before, I think you owe it to yourself to sit down and watch this one, no matter what time of year it is. Are you a fan of It's a Wonderful Life, and have you picked up the movie on 4K yet? Did you get the earlier release? Did you get this Steelbook? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.